what a beautiful afternoon here at Sunset Beach, the Vans World Cup of Surfing. This is the final heat of the day. Round 2, heat number 2, Deivid Silva, Mitch Coleborn, Billy Stairmand, and Seth Moniz. I'm Kuiper Gura, along with former championship tour surfer and my favorite surf analyst, Ross Williams. And we're going to be calling this last heat, Ross, in some waning swell conditions, but we got through the day, didn't we?
Lights, some guys tearing up good old Sunset Point. And right here, Deivid Silva from Brazil on his backhand, bouncing, getting over that fat section there. Now he's got something to work with, a nice little backside snap. This guy, he knows how to harness speed, doesn't he? He doesn't need a whole lot of wave to work with. Wow, and what a payoff. So that wave all the way up at Boneyards kind of rolled back into the traditional lineup of Sunset Point, and it paid off huge for Deivid Silva. A couple of nice backhand snaps. And out the back, Seth Moniz. Again, he wants that wave to hit the reef and form up. There's a nice section. Beautiful little wrap. Again, Seth visibly on a step up. A lot of surfboard in front of him. Just trying to handle the wind, the bump, trying to surf big, as we heard a lot of people say out there. You can see, stay visible to the judges, Kaipo.
He's searching out there on, like you said, noticeably longer equipment. At that time, it just equaled the pro dive.
Yeah, that wave bottomed out underneath him. He didn't anticipate that. You know, his eyes was on the prize. He was looking down the line, and a bit of a layback snap there again, coming unstuck. That wave reaching across that little bit of a channel.
And here we go with a replay of Seth.
He's going to shift his way all the way in the back foot right there, and that is a classic layback snap, but he had more release on that tail than he was anticipating, and that's where he lost control. So it's a fine art, the old layback snap.
Deivid Silva back in live action, trying to back up that 7.33 and doing a good job just staying busy. And as I say that, he pokes the nose and goes down.
And Deivid Silva knows that he's in backup duty. And during a replay, Mitch Coleborn. Also, what's going on? There's a bit of a voodoo doll somewhere on the beach. Everyone's been purling.
Pretty quiet throughout this heat. This is Billy Stairmand out of New Zealand, and that's not what he's looking for. So paddled for that, caught that wave, and priority's going to shift, and he's going to go to the back of the line.
This could be a sneaky double up here.
And Mitch Coleborn up and looking. He's going to hang on because this wave's going to open up from a nice little carve on the backhand, comes around. Another snap for Coleborn, and he kicks out. So, Ross, would you reposition yourself at this point, or are these guys too far up the point? Well, we'll get back to that as we see Seth Moniz way up the point on that step-up board, making it work for him. Fades and gets another nice slash in through the lip again for another turn. This one stands up on the inside where he gets a bit of a cutback. That longer rail kind of catches, but he hangs on, and right behind him, Deivid Silva looking electric on the backhand, and Silva knows that he started off with a good score, so he's just trying to back up that good score, that 7.33, waiting to come through this inside, wants to finish up on his feet with a couple more snaps, and does so. It goes back left, banks it one more time, and so he puts that straight into the deposit. Deivid Silva with another decent score to back up his big score that he opened up with.
Well, way too early to count his chickens, but he could almost stamp his ticket into the next round with this ride right here. Kind of a power little snap there, but a little flat, and a better connection on this turn on the inside. He has to really wait for it though. So he goes for that classic backhand kind of pivot. He's going to place his board up there vertically, but as he did it, he kind of stomped on it. And I like that. So it wasn't just your typical little windshield wiper turn. He actually stomped on it a bit and threw some spray out the back. So it's going to be a solid backup score. Seth Moniz right here finally gets this wave to cooperate. It doubles up on the reef. Nice little snap right there, getting the fins out the back. But, you know, visually to me, I think just a little too much board in front of him. It looks like that rail is kind of hindering him more than it's helping kind of handle all the bumps.
My maneuvers, so yeah, I'm feel great.
In that last wave, you know, he took the wind, caught a bit of an inside wave, but the wave had a great line on it. Is that something you saw before the heat?
Yeah, sure. I watched this morning the heat, and I saw the middle ones. It's the better waves because you can do like more radical maneuvers. So yeah, I just tried my best, and the Sunset. This is my first compete here that waves like small, but yeah, I'm feel great. This is a great moment, and I just tried my best.
Congratulations, Santiago, into the next round. This kid's been on fire.
Thank you, Pete Mel, and congratulations to Santiago Moniz. We're going to see him in the next round, the third round, where we get all the top seeds into the event. The round of 64 up and riding is Billy Stairmand. Snaps it off the top and searching for more open face. Looks like he's going to stick with this wave. Sees something down the line as far as a reform. And there it is. So stuck with it. Gets another slash in there, building up some speed on the inside for a cutback. And looking for more all the way to the Val's Reef section, looks like, and a couple more turns for Billy Stairmand. So
worth it. You know, they didn't get that payoff, but that time, different story. He did get a couple of nice sections there. Now, there was one section where I would have loved for Billy to kind of push down to the bottom so that he could hit the lip more vertically. Instead, he went for a round snap. I'll show you where it is. It's this first section. So right there, he just goes for a cutback. And again, kind of a mid-face bottom turn and cuts back again. But he makes up for it right here. He realized what he did, so watch him drop to the bottom. Now he can hit it a little more vertically, and just a slight more flare there. Because he dropped to the bottom, he was able to hit it with a steeper angle of attack.
To your mobile device, as we see this happen during the break.
Yeah, Mitchy Coleborn right here, strong, goofy footer, and finally he's saying to himself, I linked up with a wall that I could cut down, and that's a series of a couple of pretty nice backhand snaps for Mitch. Waiting for an inside section, and just one more little wiggle before that thing runs out of water. So now he's on the board.
And back to live action, another goofy foot, Deivid Silva, who's our heat leader. They're looking spicy right there, bringing the heat. A couple of big backhand turns. Looks like he's got some great momentum going and a good board, and he looks very enthused. Yeah, and he may just get rid of that 4.4 and strengthen his lead.
Right now, vulnerable, just the 4.83 as a solid keeper.
And here we go with Seth. He needs to get busy down the line, looking to do better than a 4.33, which he currently holds in his score line. A nice little series of maneuvers, just gets caught up at the end and not looking as confident. Meanwhile, Mitch Coleborn surfing for just a 3.16 to take over that second place from Seth Moniz. Bangs lip right in front of Seth, and Coleborn's going to stick with it. Another little backhand snap and make it two for Mitch Coleborn, putting a lot of effort into that kicking out. Standing upright, thinks he got the job done. I think he got the job done. 3.16 was the requirement. What do you think, Ross?
Yeah, 100%. You can see he even shot a little look towards the beach after the lip climb. But he had a solid mover before that. Right here, just a little slash, setting up, getting the pace ready. That's a nice little cut down. And then that climb right there. Those are harder to do than he made it look. So he knows that he had a series of moves. He got more than enough work done to get the score he needs. But really, I think that the 3.16 is irrelevant. He's looking to get, you know, another 5 or a 6 to, you know, add to his total. And for Deivid Silva, I really like this wave. This is much better than his 4.4. Watch this snap right here. Fluid right there. A lot of spray, a lot of zip through that. He actually almost gained speed out of that second and third maneuver. So, you know, he's going to have another big score drop. At this point, Kaipo, all he has to do is stay out of the way. Just don't get interference. He's going to advance through. And Seth, unfortunately, he's going to slip down. You know, Mitch is going to pass him. This is not going to be a keeper. You know, just a nice snap there, but a little conservative for me. I would have rather have seen him smack that lip. So he's going to have to shift gears here in the last 10 minutes.
We're still waiting on that wave score of that last surf from Mitch, and we have up and riding Billy Stairmand, who's been very quiet in this heat in contrast to his opening heat this morning where he caught a bunch of waves. Stairmand trying to hop over this section and does so, gets to the inside where more steep face is greeting him. Couple nice little snaps, quickly to the lip for that last closing maneuver, rides out of it with an exclamation, and he's not going to give up with this. Gets one more bank at Val's Reef before the fins potentially hit the reef, kicks out. So nice exchange, well surfed wave by.
That's the second wave in a row where he's had an amazing reform on the inside. So we'll see if he can get that score or not the back. Deivid Silva on another one, just a quick one. Scores slowly starting to trickle in for Mitch Coleborn now. We're going to see kind of where we stand here in the last 8 minutes.
What we were waiting for, Mitch Coleborn does go into second place. Now Seth Moniz bumped down to to third place, needing a 6.7. Billy Stairmand looking for a 6.73. Quick one from Mitch Coleborn. He kicks out. Probably just getting the news right now. Hopefully he's getting the news.
And here's the wave right here. So just a trippy wave at Sunset. There's a proper section, and he tags it. So nice, you know, pretty solid, but definitely not overly committed. Just keeping that flow up, and had to really earn this double up. But look at it. So this is what I didn't like about the wave. He did a mid-face bottom turn again and kind of check faded. Another little check fade, and then gets the closeout reentry, which was clean. But that was a nice, proper, steep section. He really could have threw down a hammer of a turn there, and he scaled it back a little too much.
5.27 to move into second place. Seth Moniz now needing a big score, a 6.7 to move into second place. Big air for Deivid Silva. Out the back, however, he's our heat leader. The worst thing that can happen for him is he get into any kind of, you know, situation on an interference. Here we go with Mitch Coleborn, continuing to surf through here. Now this wave has to be better than a 5.8 that he already scored to gain any ground, and I don't think he's going to gain any ground there. And nothing but opportunity for Seth Moniz as he kicks out the back.
Nancy out there searching. Deivid Silva just having a quick in and out, staying busy, but basically, as you said, he just needs to stay out of the way, not get an interference here to advance. And if I'm not mistaken, the highest total score here of the day from Deivid Silva. What's he got? 14.76. He's looked fast. He looks really sharp. Watch this snap right here. Just kind of placing his board where he needs to, and then mixing it up with a bit of rail surfing as well. I love that. You know, has got a ton of energy. You can see him just hopping out of his maneuvers. So for Deivid Silva, 7.3 and a 7.43 has got him way out in front and safe. Mitch Coleborn was icy cold at the start of this heat, Kaipo, and then he has clawed his way back in the form of a 6 and a 5.8. So again, I feel like it's another one of those heats. We've been saying this all day. It's a battle for second. This is the backup score right here, 7.43 for Deivid Silva. So he is cruising. But Seth Moniz and Billy Stairmand, they are the danger men in this heat. They are going to be nipping at Mitch's heels here in the last 5 minutes. Well, here's the good news. As we see, it looks like Mitch Coleborn here finding a double up.
Yeah, Mitch Coleborn. This is kind of a good-looking wave. It's going to close out, but going to allow him for a big finishing maneuver. And just falls off the back. And Seth continues to troll through the lineup and find anything he can. Seth Moniz, it's go time for him. And just looking at that wave doesn't have the scoring potential that he needs for that 6.7 that he needs. So it looks like unofficially it's going to be Deivid Silva advancing out of this heat along with Mitch Coleborn. The two goofy foots take it to the two regular foots, and they're going to move on into the third round, the round of 64 here at the Vans World Cup of Surfing, the second jewel of the Vans Triple Crown Surfing. Deivid Silva having a moment right there, and I'm sure he's very thankful for the performance, and we're thankful for what he put on. And remember, don't go anywhere. Stay exactly where you are.